Greetings. Today I want to speak to you on the subject of American pirates of the Caribbean and how they normally show you everything in a subliminal way through movies and many other entertainment platforms that have been used to keep the people in a state of mind where they believe that they are being entertained when they're actually being distracted from discovering basically who they are and why they're really here. In short, they distract you from knowing the power of your mind. And that is how so-called democracy works. And that is how also so-called religion that doesn't lead you to self-realization. That is how it works. Okay. So when you look at the movie Pirates of the Caribbean, you can see right before your eyes right now with American warships in the Caribbean claiming that they are here for drugs eradication. Well, anyone with a brain and who have any common sense, which is actually their God sense, would know that all the different pharmaceutical things, they are drugs. And they will also know that America, being the real pirates of the Caribbean, Central America, and so on, how they bring down so much government like Noriega in Panama and so on. Other governments that they bring down, they do the same thing in Libya, in Iraq, and you can name the rest, okay? And you can see the same thing happening over and over and over and over. And so they give you also a fake history concerning Christopher Columbus, which is a damn blasted liar, and everything is based on a lie. And because most of the people have been colonialized by carrying around a colonial mentality, they fail to realize that religion such as secular Christianity and the political system is keeping them in a colonial way of thinking. And so they believe the narrative that the American government give to them, not knowing that the fake Israelites are the one behind it all. And so when you realize that Israel and the so-called Jews, they are behind everything that's happening that you see America is doing, then you would realize that the same history that they put in the Bible to make you believe that it is literal and secular history, okay, the same thing that's happening right in front of your eyes. And they're using the God justification story to conquer others. Yet, they will turn around and try to make Islam look bad in your eyes when Boko Haram and these other different factions do what they are doing. So basically, they're saying they have the right to bring regime change to any country. And they use secular Christianity to justify their atrocities. And the same thing with those from the Islam side too. Okay? Because if you really read the Bible, there's places in the Bible where it tells you to go and kill all of the infidels, the unbelievers, or whoever, whichever name you want to use for them, and do not even spare the animals. If you know the story of Saul, you see where you say, how you say you kill everything, what is the bleating I hear? And I hear bleating of sheep and so on. You say, well, God, I keep them for bring sacrifice to you. Which kind of God would want you to do that? So if you go to this extreme, or you go to that extreme, you find yourself in a trap. But if you be like a free thinker like me, and you learn to think independently, and you realize that it is your own thoughts that creates your reality and creates your personality, you realize as a man thinketh in a subconscious mind, so is he. And you understand that it is your own thoughts that is causing everything in your life, and you understand the law of cause and effect. And you look around and you look at nature and you see that every seed and every species must and will always reproduce of its own kind. Then you can be the judge of your own life and realize that you're the Lord and Master of your destiny and take responsibility and accountability for your life. Therefore, when you see America Army in the Caribbean Sea, you wouldn't allow the propaganda to take over your mentality or your psyche. But all of this is the Israelis' plan. Israel is behind all of these things. The fake Jews, they are behind all of these things. Okay? So, my brother, my sisters, I can go on and on and on. But just to draw your attention to see the real pirates. You see, many years ago, you hear certain people, especially many of the like Rastafarians and all of these things, and all of these people, sorry, would have spoken about America being Babylon and how they use propaganda and so on. But right now, anyone could see they're doing it right in plain sight. You see Hillary Clinton having fun talking about the sea, the moving and the conquer. Trump doing the same thing, talking about Venezuela oil boldly and the minerals and how they could have done take it in the first storm and all of that. There's nothing hidden anymore. But my brother, my sister, you have the responsibility for your life. I'm saying take responsibility for your life and do not let them use all of these distractions to keep you any longer in stupidity. Okay, that's basically my message to you. So when you look and you see American Army in the Caribbean Sea, don't be so stupid to say, oh, this is the fulfillment of prophecy. They've been using you to say that all the time. As a matter of fact, these fake Jews have used the people of the Caribbean and Africa and all around the world to give their power to them to say that they are chosen and that they reject their Messiah, and that when their Messiah come, then they will catch themselves while they get rich and taking the people land, taking the people wealth. They have the behind what is happening in Sudan. You see what happened in Gaza. You see all the atrocities that have been happening among humanity. And you know who's behind it all. Okay? So when you see Trump want to say he want to move in Nigeria and he want to protect prosecution against Christians, all of that is a part of the plan. Okay? So they are justifying their God, okay, and they're teaching by saying that Maduro would have to go and meet his maker. They want you to believe that there's such a thing as a maker. And that is the plan of the maker. That they could just eliminate you and send you back to him. It doesn't really make any sense if you really love to think for yourself. Okay? So that's why you will always have war between Christianity and Islam and these other religions, because everybody is fighting for dominance. Everybody's competing for your mind to make you really a clientele. But when you grab control of your mind, they say you're stupid. They say you're crazy, especially those who have sold themselves to secular Christianity that's pointing to look outwardly. And people like me who are pointing to look inwardly to realize that the kingdom is within you, the kingdom of creativity, the kingdom of possibility where all things are possible to you is within you. They will say, stupid, crazy. Okay? So, my brother, my sister, I can go on and on and on, but I hope this message means a lot to you and it really helped to open up your insight, okay? Because there is a sight that is within, there is an eye that is within. They don't want you to discover that, you know. Okay, by experience, okay? Many people could talk about it, they could read about it, but when you have the experience, it's a different story, okay? So let me say, if this is the very first time that you're listening to me, what I'm saying, if it makes sense, if it really resonates with you, and you have a subscriber already, I'm definitely encouraging you to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share this video. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram, you like to follow me on TikTok, you can follow me at Black Mad Guru. If you like to get my books, the links are down in the description. You have about 10 or more books to choose from. Also, if you want to become a part of my Free Thinkers and Seekers University, you're most welcome. And I always try to put a master class there to help in the spiritual journey. Also, if you want to become a part of my Patreon community, you can do so. And I have a course there for people donating $20 or more. It's called the Inner Sound Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciousness. And along with that is a bonus course on self-concept. And that is where I'm teaching you that the sound, the SUN, it parallels the human imagination. The human imagination parallels the sun. For without the sun, there's no life and there's no light. And without the human imagination, there's anything made that was made. And the Bible is actually a book of mind science, and it says that the Lord, the God, is a sun and a shield, and no good thing with you from you. I want to teach you how to prove that for yourself. And that is written in Psalms 84:11. And in Malachi 1:2, it also states that the Son of Righteousness shall arise in you with healing in his wings. I want to show you how to get that sun to arise in you. Because when your eye be single, definitely your whole body will definitely be full of light. You become enlightened. Okay, your IQ will go to another level and so on. Also, if you want to book a one-on-one with me, you can drop me an email and we can definitely set up that one-on-one. But as I come to a close, I want to encourage you to make sure that you check out all of the links that are down below and definitely let your intuition lead you and guide you into what to do. So with that being said, I just want to say peace. Love you all. I'm out.